All right, good evening, Midwest Star Wars Fanatics, and welcome to the Midwest Star Wars Fanatics live show. We got a special edition tonight, getting ready to talk about the next big con coming up, Star Wars Celebration. Again, I want to thank making this possible. Thanks to the hashtag show and also to our sponsors at TRG Toys and Collectibles. So make sure you check out his website, trgtoys.com. And we got a special guest with us tonight. We got Spencer. Most of you guys know Spencer here from the Star Wars Celebration Facebook page here, and I'll point that way over there, I guess, to him. Welcome, Spencer. We're glad to have you on the show tonight.
Oh, it's great to be back here with my friends over at Midwest Star Wars Fanatics. Can't believe it. A little less than 3 weeks away. We're all going to be venturing off to La La Land, off to Anaheim, if you will, for a little Star Wars Celebration action. Very, very exciting.
It's going to happen this time, right? We're not talking about it just in time for it to get canceled this time around. So,
well, if it does, mention it was Travis who said it first, and then you can come after him.
That's right, everybody. Remember that right now. Timestamp it, Travis, on 5/2.
I put the hex on it.
Way to go!
All right. Well, obviously, this show we're going to talk about Star Wars Celebration. We got not really a lot to go over, but some stuff to make it. We see a lot of first timers, especially in the Midwest Star Wars Fanatics group, and also in some of the other groups as well. We see a lot of first timers out there, asking, what do I need to do here? Oh my God, these panels, I don't see this going on. We're going to try to make this a little easier for you as well. We're also going to talk about what to do the day before Celebration. There's a nice little event I'm going to have Spencer talk about as well. And you're also going to see the announcement as well. We're going to do our Midwest Star Wars Fanatics group meet up there for anyone who's here. But I'll get into that a little bit later. But Spencer, would you like to talk about what is getting ready to come our way?
So a couple of things are coming your way. First and foremost, on Tuesday night, we're going to have the not-so-virtual cantina at the Hilton Anaheim bar, the lobby bar. All you have to do is just show up at 8 o'clock at night. We're going to be at the lobby bar. Easy, no frills, exciting. Get to know each other in a less frantic environment. But on Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific time at Biggs Bar and Grill in Fullerton, which is a 10-minute drive from the Anaheim Convention Center, or if you want to call it, if we could hawk the trek here, it's the Starfleet Academy in Picard, same building. Basically, I see my people are starting to heckle me. Great. We have the third annual Bounty Eve Cantina. What it is that it's going to be a night of autograph signings, of karaoke, of podcasting, drinks, food, you name it. It's going to be fun from 4 to 8. It's going to be all ages. 8 above, it's going to be 21 plus. So this is going to be an all-day event to get you ready for the extravaganza that is known as Star Wars Celebration. We are very excited. We are the kickoff party that you want to go to.
So, obviously we got some great events coming up. And then another thing, too, that I know everybody loves is singing, right? We can't get enough of it. I know everybody wants to hear my voice every night. So, but you want to tell us a little bit about what's going on with this next event here, and who is our special guest and our special judge and our special guest for the event?
Absolutely. So we're going to have our second annual Alderaan Idol karaoke competition, which will feature 13 singers from around the world. Though Dave O'Neill, Mark Hamill will not be there. He did announce that he was not going to be there. So I'm off the hook. No one can ask me that question anymore, except for you did. Wow, my crew is coming out of Banshees. But we did announce that Misty Rosas, who played Quill in season 1 of Mandalorian and the Frog Lady in season 2, will be one of our 4 specialty, celebrity judges that we're going to have as part of this competition. Misty is a recording artist in her own right, so she'll be also treating us to some of her vocal stylings, which is pretty awesome in that. So very excited to have Misty as one of our judges for Alderaan Idol.
All right. It seems like we're getting a comment here with the internet. I don't know whose it is. We're having all kinds of weird internet problems, so we'll apologize for that.
Oh no, they're making fun
Uh,
of me because my internet's actually working good for my show, like I
oh,
was
okay.
telling you. Whereas in other shows, it's doing well. Like this time the role of Spencer is being played by Travis. Yeah.
I say, yeah. Usually it's Greg that has all the technical difficulties. So apparently it's my turn in queue for internet connectivity problems.
Yeah. Well, I'm seeing them coming now. Why is your internet never as good when you're talking to us, man? Man, Spencer. I don't know if we want to. Maybe. Wow, they're getting you good tonight. So, invariant Spencer. Oh, that might.
Flat Spencer. I don't know.
Yeah, that
The
might be
flat lord,
scary.
the flat lord of Sith might make an appearance.
So you also got some other guests that's going to be there as well, and we'll just go ahead and bring them up and let's just start talking about them here.
Sure, a good friend of the Midwest crew over here, and ours, Dominic Pace, will be signing at the Bunta Eve Cantina, as well as selling his very nice Geeky Tiki mugs, which will go great with a couple of the tiki drinks that we have available at the bar. We have 2 tiki drinks. We have the Mandalorian Mai Tai, and also a non-alcoholic version called Grogu's Groot. But you can also get the wretched blue milk that you can get over at Scum and Villainy. You can get that in your cup. But also, Dominic will also be a judge for Alderaan Idol. Eric Walker from the Ewok Adventures, he was the original Mace. He will also be signing at Bunta as well as being a judge for Alderaan Idol. Tim Donaldson, one of the original OG Jawas from Star Wars. I still call it Star Wars. A New Hope is the millennial term, I call it. But yes, we're excited to have Tim as part of our extravaganza that has nothing but Jawas. Speaking of which, we have the new school Jawas. We have Leilani and Ariel Shu. They were both in not only as off-world Jawas in The Mandalorian, but they were Tatooine Jawas in the book of Boba Fett, as well as Leilani played a number of different characters in the book as well. And they will be signing, as well as Leilani will be a judge for Alderaan Idol. Kevin Thompson will be appearing. His wife, Tracy, will be signing their book, which is about Kevin's time in Endor, if you want to say, for Return of the Jedi. But he was also in they just keep on hackling us. Wow. I got to stop. My ADD is going crazy. But Kevin will also be the great host, the MC of Alderaan Idol that night.
Nice.
And
this is a pretty big announcement for a first signing for in the U.S. too, right?
Absolutely. So we're proud to announce that not only is it our first United States signing, but she is the first female to portray a stormtrooper in Star Wars. We're talking about Samantha Aileen. She was in every one of the feature film Star Wars movies. And if you are a collector and you are a completionist that needs to have every single person they could possibly get for each one of your projects, she's only done cons over in Europe. This is the first time she's signing on American soil. This is going to be the time where you can go and get her autograph on all your cast pieces. And here's something that's great. At Bunta Eve, every one of our signers that are going to be in our autograph room, $30 for their autograph. That you can't get that anywhere else. You can't even get that Celebration. So we're very happy to have Samantha. We're very happy to have the entire lineup. I mean, it's going to be an event for the ages. It's only gotten bigger every year, and we just got so much going on. I can't say enough about how much hard work my team is doing right now. Yes, David, some nice artwork. You and Jeff did a good job. Stop the GG pandering. I don't know if I can curse here, so I'm gonna. I can't say enough good things about the work that we're doing, and I'm excited for everybody because this is going to be the kind of event that you're going to remember as your kickoff for Celebration.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time, and for some of us, like for Travis, this will be his first celebration, so it'll be, excited for him as well to get there and everything. But what's really nice is just being able to do these meetups, and there's going to be a lot of group meetups as well during this event. Like I said, we announced that we're going to do a Midwest Star Wars Fanatics meetup as well. During this time, we're going to join the party and have a good time there at Celebration. But one thing we really want to talk about again tonight is what goes on during celebration. So all of us here that watches the social media and sees everyone's starting to stress out. They're talking panels, autographs, what to do here, what do I need to bring here, and stuff. So we're going to talk a little bit about panels. I know a lot of people are disappointed from the lineups where you can just sit out and camp out overnight. I know I'm not. It's kind of nice that I can stay in my hotel room and go to the lottery system. But Spencer, for all the some of the new people, even some of the veterans that might not know how it works, but let's kind of talk about last year about the lottery system and how it worked for you, and then how you think will probably be pretty similar to this year.
So last year, what the lottery system worked out is that everybody was entered via their badge once they activated their badge, and then they would get notification a couple of days before celebration of what panels they got into, if they any main stage panels, because you only need a reserve for the main stage panels, not for the lower panel. But the thing is, the smaller panels, there's some really really good ones, which I want to give a plug to my group. Cheap plug again to the Virtual Cantina crew. We're going to have some graphics called Hidden Gems, which is going to have a listing of some of the lower panels that we're going to recommend that you go to, that if you have an opportunity to go to, you should not miss. Some of those panels that you might think, oh, I didn't look at the schedule, but ooh, that sounded pretty cool. Oh, I wish I went to that one. We're going to give you those hidden gems. But so also there'll be a sign up for the lottery for exclusives like Funko, or for Hasbro or Pulse, which you're going to want to get into as well. But the panels this time, there's some really, really, really good panels listed for Celebration this year. I mean, first and foremost, the opening panel is a Disney Plus, buffet, if you want to call it that. A little bit of everything from there. Very excited about seeing what's there. And plus also, I mean, come on. Kenobi got moved to Friday night, to Friday. Okay, before they announced Hayden, was he really not going to be there? I mean, he's unfortunately canceled off 2 cons in the last 2 years, and be there on opening day for Kenobi. It just makes perfect sense. And plus, also Saturday has the 20th anniversary of Clones, as well as a Mandalorian, season 3 panel. So that's gonna be great. I mean, you got Bad Batch season 2. You got Filoni doing like 5 panels throughout the entire weekend.
Yeah.
So he's going to be announcing a bunch of stuff. I mean, come on. It's a Filoni-verse, and we just happen to live in it right now. This is the time.
And we even got the Tales of the Jedi that was leaked on accident in the morning. So we have a new animated short series coming up. And there's also been announcements of Visions, Star Wars Visions, the 2nd season coming up as well, which I'm sure will get talked about there. I mean, just so much great stuff. And like Spencer said, remember everybody, it's not, you don't only need this lottery system for the main stage panels. A lot of these smaller panels you're able to go to, line up, first come, first serve. And that's what's kind of great about it, is just getting there and then enjoying it. And if you don't get into the major stage panel, trust me, you'll still see what's going on. They broadcast it throughout the whole convention. I remember everybody just all on the floor watching the Rise of Skywalker trailer.
I was just about to say that I was there for that as well. I was right by the stage. And honestly, if you watch Nerdist or IGN, they don't show the clips from inside of the Wintrust. They show the crowd on the con floor as part of the video that went viral. So yeah, absolutely. I'm very, don't worry about if you don't get into those panels. I mean, yeah, they're great. Sometimes you get exclusives, for whatever one you're at. Like for episode 9, they gave you beanies. Last Jedi, they gave you a great poster. The 40th anniversary panel in Orlando, which ruined panels for all of us. I mean, how can you top the fact that you surprised us with George Harrison and John Williams with the Orlando Symphony Orchestra? I mean, every panel is ruined from then on in, but you got a numbered poster with Carrie's face on it as Princess Leia, which was pretty awesome. But there's so much you can do. Don't worry about that. But the thing is, right now, our suggestion is that start taking that like on an Excel spreadsheet or on a piece of paper. Start writing down the panels you might want to go to. I mean, I have a thing called the rule of 3. It's the things you have to go to, the things you want to go to, and the things that if you have time, you can go to. If you're planning for every single day for time periods, 3 things, and you can't get into one, you have a backup. That way, you're always going to be able to make the best schedule possible. And plus, also, right now, you can actually go on to Epic Ops, and if you have an autograph or a photo op that you want to switch a day, if you're available to, you can actually go in right now and switch your day. If you want to lighten your day, you don't want to do 7 photo ops or anything there one day, and eventually you'll be able to check by time frame. So when you're from there, you'll be like, go, okay, 10 a.m. I got this panel. I'm out by 12 o'clock. Okay, lunch, whatever. I got a photo op at this time. And you can, make yourself a schedule. You can put, reminders in your phone. I mean, I had a hard copy as well as did reminders on my cell phone of when my autographs were, when my photo ops were, what my top 3 were for each section. So I would be able to have the best celebration possible, because you can't get to everything, but you can make yourself the best schedule possible that you will feel like, something, I really didn't miss anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
And you might have missed some stuff, but in your mind, you'll be like, I hit everything I want to hit. And if you keep up the rule of 3 in mind and you have it written down, you're going to have the best time ever.
Yeah, that's the one thing I think me as a first-time person going to it, it's how do you balance that fear of missing out and then making sure you hit the things that are really good. So, I mean, I think hearing what you mentioned with the hidden gems you guys are going to be posting throughout the next couple of weeks is a great idea to help people like me that maybe, oh, I wouldn't have thought about that. That is a really good one to go to, and it's a smaller panel and something you can get into a little bit easier.
Yep.
Absolutely. I mean, those are the things you want to get excited about,
Yeah, and managing your schedule. I mean, I Spencer can't say that enough. With his rules. I mean, you'll learn very quickly, especially if you're a first time autograph hunter or getting there, that if you're signing up for a McGregor panel or autograph at 1 o'clock, and then you have a Carl Weathers autograph at 2 o'clock, you might want to move some things around a little bit, and kind of looking at that. Not
plus,
you want to scare people, but there's going to be lines that they take a while to sign. So,
and plus, I think it's too to give yourself, because I've been to other conventions, whether it's work or Comic Cons, things like that. If you try to have your entire schedule booked straight through with no downtime for yourself, you're going to be exhausted. It's going to be a miserable time for yourself. Build in some breaks for yourself. Exhale, relax, kind of soak it all in. Don't treat it like it's a 9-to-5 job. Straight on through.
But here's the thing, Travis, as someone who's gone to other cons, you have absolutely no idea what you're going to step in, because Celebration is a whole other egg altogether. Mm-hmm. But the thing is compared to Celebration, every other con is easy.
Yes.
It literally is. It's a completely different element altogether. It's all Star Wars fans the entire time. Everything is Star Wars. It's not like you have mixed genres. It's so much fun. And I'm jealous of, honestly, I won't be at Celebration this year. I'm coming in for our event. I'm flying out Thursday morning. I am so jealous of the fact that you guys are going to be there for that celebration. It's going to be such an incredible time. But I'm glad that I can at least be there for part of it to kick you guys off correctly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's just one of those things that once you go there, you just it's just like you said, it's an experience you'll never forget, and it will be so overwhelming, because if you think about it, today we just got Celebrations prints revealed. We still haven't even dived into the world of the exclusives. I mean, we got probably Funko, Lego, Hasbro. I mean, there's so much that's going to get going in all these lottery systems. So figuring out what's going on and stuff. And you'll see, like, I'll use me for an example and to show you how great Star Wars fans are. Now, this is probably a one-off scenario, but in 2019, I didn't win a single exclusive lottery, but yet I still was able to purchase all the exclusives there because of people who won some that were saying, hey, I don't want this, or even just getting in line at the right time and getting stuff there. So there's always hope. Remember that, just to start, there's always hope.
And there's a little bit of a tip as well. If any of our members happen to have the ADA pass, which is the disabled pass, if you do not win any lottery and you go as soon as the doors open for Celebration to any one of those booths, like a Funko, they will give you a ticket to hop the line, so you don't have to stand there for hours till general admission gets through. So just as something to keep about, if you got that thing, they take care of those they take care of everybody if they can take care of you. But if you have an ADA pass, they will take care of you because they don't want you standing for long.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
for our listeners and viewers that are watching with the ADA, I use the ADA. Obviously, I have troubles walking
I did
and
too.
have to use a cane after multiple fun surgeries, but it is very beneficial on there. So there is an ADA celebration page on Facebook, so make sure to check that out if you have any questions on that. But the next thing we'll talk a little bit about here is one of my favorite things is autographs. Now it's very important because obviously traveling and things like that. So and we're also going to have one of our autograph specialists here on one of our shows before Celebration. Hopefully, Rich will be talking to us about some stuff. But what I want to talk about, Spencer, is what would you suggest to somebody new that's traveling across the country, wanting those pop signed, wanting those 8x10s and everything? What would you suggest to them?
Okay, so I'm a pop fanatic. The first thing I get signed, no matter what, when they start announcing names, is I start going through my collection and start saying, "What do I have?" Now I have over 620 pops myself alone. Um, so what I'll do is I'll start pulling those pops and seeing from there. Now, what I did was that I realized that in Chicago, I did 27 autographs and 7 photo ops in the 4 days. Now that's a hell of a schedule. 20 of those autographs were Funko. Now, I didn't bring the full Funko box because it would be a schlep to bring 20 huge boxes with the figure still in it, all in there. So what
Mhm.
I did was, and plus also, I'm unconventional as far as my autographing is concerned for Funkos. I actually get the top of the box signed. I don't get the front window because I want to see the toy. So, and honestly, the paint pen or the ask about my jar of sand. Yes, I'll talk about my jar of sand in a little bit. I should probably bring it down. Let me just bring it down. Give me 1 second. Uh, I have it available, readily available. So what I would do is I would get I would fold the Funko, take out the toy, fold the Funko box with his natural folds on there, so it wouldn't ruin anything,
Mhm.
and kept the top open because I'm like I said I'm going to get the top signed because the ink actually or the paint actually sticks better to the cardboard than it does to the window. So what I would do is I got an accordion folder,
Hmm.
just a typical accordion folder that fits 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper inside it. And I put all my Funkos by day with their ticket into the accordion folder. So I had 20 Funkos already set up from right there. Now I also had in there a number of top loaders, which are those plastic sleeves, the hardcover. They could
Yep.
put your 8x10s in there. I also carried a bag with me. Now Celebration always gives you a great collector bag, which I always end up with like 6 or 7 of by the end of Celebration. Don't ask me how they end up in my case, or how like I got almost an entire box of the Star Wars Ziplocs. I'm sure a lot of
I
people
think
still,
everybody has those.
yeah. But for my 11 by 14 cast pieces or anything of that nature, I would carry it, in my handbag. Um, but yeah, for Funkos, I always did an accordion folder. It works perfectly. It fits right to your backpack. So if you're buying collectibles or if you have other items that you're bringing with you to Celebration, it still fits. Everything fits right there in your thing. So, I mean, for autographing, I would probably say, be prepared for all your autographs. Make sure you have hard copies and digital of all of your QR codes. Um, I would honestly recommend getting your own pens because the signers are just going to be signing and signing and signing until the pen is dead, and you could be that fifth signer, sixth signer that their Sharpie gets worn out, and then your autograph you just paid top dollar for it. They're not going to redo it. If you hand them your pen, at least you know in your mind, okay, I got 3 or 4 signatures out of this. I could toss that then, and you can keep track of where you're going, whether it be a paint pen or a recollection, a Sharpie, um, you know, other kind of pens that are out of deco. Just keeping your own pens and priming them before you even go to con, so you don't have to prime them right in front of the actor. Because I had that opportunity, I had that mistake when I first started signing. actually with Ashley Eckstein in 2018 at New York Comic Con. I had I had 3 pops with me, 3 different colors, and I didn't prime any of them. And her handlers are helping me prime them when I'm at the front of the table with her. So just being prepared for autographs, but also the thing is that you got something unusual, or if a lot of the actors will tell you some really great stories about, you know, that scene. Like, for example, if you got a picture, or if you're asking for a particular quote. I mean, I sat with Sam Witwer for 5 minutes because I had him write "He Will Avenge Us" on the side of my mall pop, and we talked about, what the death of Maul actually meant and what Filoni was going for. And I'm like, okay, cool. I would not have had that opportunity if I didn't ask for that quote, and it brought a whole story. So autographing is a huge part about being, being at Celebration. But you don't have to autograph or photo op. It's just also another opportunity that you can actually go and say thank you to your heroes.
I guess one question I have too, because I believe Carl Weathers for sure, I believe, has a rule about not signing anything that's not flat. Are there any other of the guests that are there that have any kind of stipulations like that for people that may be thinking like, hey, I've got this Funko, like, hey, don't try to bring the box folded up, so they'll catch on to that if they're saying they don't sign Funkos or things like that?
So I'll just show it to you right now. So right here is my Hayden Christensen signed jar of sand that's Becketed right there. The Avery label that I had him signed, it would be considered a flat item. You can flatten your Funko, but they're hip. They're not going to say to you, that's going to count. It's a Funko. It opens. They know it opens up. The situation is that a long time ago, when Carl Weathers started doing Comic Cons, he was mostly going for Rocky, and people were getting the boxing gloves signed for Apollo Creed. I mean, come on, it's freaking Apollo Creed. He came out to the Mandalorian panel in 2019 going, I want you. Like, he was doing the whole Apollo thing to the crowd. But he also knows that those things will go for top dollar on eBay. It sucks. So at other Comic Cons, he might charge $80 to $100 for an 8x10, 11x14. But a premium item, he charges $300 at a regular Comic Con. Now, he's not going to sign anything that is considered 3D. So meaning a pop, on-card action figure, a Black Series, boxing glove, because he knows he charges way too much money for that. And the people at Celebration are not going to allow him to charge that much more. Now, Ashley and a couple of other actors are charging for quotes just because they got hip to the fact that people are asking for quotes, and it takes more time to get to the next person. So they charge like $25 for, up to 6 or 8 words. Yep. But Carl is not going to sign anything that is a 3D. So if you're thinking about that, hold off to another con and get it done there. If you want to get them on, your 8x10 of Grief Karga or Apollo or Action Jackson, if you're old enough to remember Action Jackson, there you go. So that's the situation there. I mean, I don't see many other actors doing that, but Carl is an exception because he's got this rule regularly on the con circuit.
Well, that's good to know. I didn't realize that it wasn't a rule overall for him. It's just here specifically at Celebration. So to your point, if you do have that pop or a boxing glove or something, just hold off. He'll be around the circuits again. Go somewhere else to get it signed.
Correct.
So on from autographs. Next thing we'll talk about a little bit is what to do to prepare for Celebration. Now I know there's some stuff that, and hopefully Spencer doesn't choke to death here, or we make sure he's all right. So Spencer, one thing you talked about with us before is, what do you bring, like your little bag of goodies and stuff? What do you bring to Celebration and everything there? So what would you recommend to like Travis and all the first timers? What are some stuff that you should always carry with you while you're on the floor there?
So here's the first thing I always recommend is that besides the fact of having your own, your pens, your top loaders, the accordion folder, if you're going to have some hard stacks or your iToyas, I recommend iToya brand art portfolios that you can get at Michael's or an art supply store because it has acid-free paper in the sleeves. So it will protect your autographs from there. You never want to store your autographs in top loaders because if they sit there in immense heat, they'll start to blend to there. I see someone right here asked us about my about know a T-shirt for every photo op. I'm notorious for stripping down from photo op to photo op with a new T-shirt. I think someone once said that I had more costume changes than Cher at every at every photo op. I like to make it different. I like to make it good. So a couple of different T-shirts. You want to make sure that in your bag because you sweat. So you want to bring deodorant. Not many people remember to bring deodorant. Put deodorant in your backpack. That's a con 101, not just celebration, but also if you're changing your shirt, you're going to meet someone else. You want to be freshen up for there. You want to have chargers, whether it be like a
Oh, well, the charger brick.
like a brick
Yeah.
or the little ones, but you want to have a number of them because I went to Orlando and my phone died while I was on the floor, and luckily someone was waiting for Timothy Zahn had extra brick and would allow me to do that. It's never happened again because I'm always making sure that my phone is charged because right now your phone is your the app. You're taking photos, you're taking videos, you're doing all that, social media throughout the day. You want to make sure you have wires, your charge wires, whatever, even a wall plug, because you got some downtime, you buy a plug, you don't want to plug into your brick, you can plug into there. Your meds, like have a little bit of get a little pill case and put like Benadryl, aspirin, Prilosec. Once you start getting to around our age, Prilosec is actually a really good thing. I can't believe I just said that. Get off my lawn. But seriously. Also, a water bottle. I recommend getting a Brita bottle. This is one my wife just got me. Basically, because water will cost about $7 for a bottle, a 20-ounce bottle of water right there. Before you leave your hotel, fill it up with water, fill it up with ice, maybe some Propel. Get your electrolytes in there as well. And then there'll be refill stations or around the con, so you just fill it up there. I mean, I fill it up maybe once or twice throughout the con, and other than maybe having a soda, from the food court, or sometimes they'll have a beer garden, having a beer. That water lasts me all day, so having that helps. A change of socks is always a good thing. Just because you could be sweating all day from walking. A long sleeve shirt or a sweatshirt, especially since we're going to be in Anaheim at the beginning of summer. It's going to be bloody hot, which basically also means that the air conditioning is going to be blasting inside the convention hall, and you might be cold. So at least have a long sleeve, like a hoodie or something in there. And snacks. Snacks can be expensive. I always recommend that as soon as you get to town, go to a CVS, Walgreens, Target, Walmart, get granola bars, get Pop-Tarts, get anything that could just easily fit into your bag. So when you're staying online, if you're online for a while, you can just go and nosh on that. So those are the things that I would recommend absolutely to have. Please share your socks. No, I'm going to show my Fred Flintstone feet to the world. So yeah, so I mean, those are just some of the basics of what you should have. I mean, but the thing is that also during the COVID era, when cons started opening up, besides having fresh masks and having antibacterial sanitizer with you, one thing my wife actually added to my bag was also wet naps, and also I got a digital thermometer. Just go to the head because I could do my own temperature before I even go in, for the, all the cons I went to during COVID. Just so I'm checking myself. Now I'm not worried about anybody else, but, I know I'm getting tested there, but just checking myself out, make sure that I'm in tip top shape. Emergency. Also, vitamin C, caplets, and sucking candies. Just keeping the edge because you don't want to get con crud. I mean, we have to deal with con crud and COVID at the same time. What's up with that?
Yeah. And I guess, speaking of the COVID, obviously there's for celebration, some, guidelines, vaccines, et cetera. I guess I thought about, because I'm not actually, I've been out to California, but do any of the places where like the Boonta Eve, other events, are there any type of proof of vaccination stuff happening in California that people should bring their vaccine card with them? just in case they need to?
I would bring it anyway, no matter what, because if you have it, bring it. I mean, the one thing about Celebration right now is, yeah, they just changed the rules that you need to have a test done within 48 hours of the first day of con, and then you'll get a bracelet. But have it then. Punta Eve is a restaurant, so you're not going to need to have a COVID card or anything of that nature. They opened it up. I know when I was back in Anaheim in December, they were asking, they were not allowing you into places if you did not have it. Now I went to Disney and I had to wear a mask, when I went indoors, but they checked your temperature at the turnstile. But everything's lax now, which is great. But because we're an indoor facility, more liability insurance involvement. They're just taking precautions. I know that people are upset, and I get it. It's really for your safety. It really is. At the end of the day, it's nothing personal against one side or the other. There's problems on both sides, but really it's just for your safety to make sure you don't get sick one way or another.
Yeah, and then also too, Reed Pop. I know they've been using the Clear app as well.
Yep.
I was gonna ask about that, because I know I think C2E2 was the same way. Which
C2E2
definitely do that. I assume that they may let you show it, but when it was amazing how quickly I just walked through with the Clear app. It's like, yep, show my face, show the app, and they're like, yep, give you the green wristband, and you were in.
So right, I'm sure they'll probably have that going if anything there. And then also too, I mean, I know C2E2 they announced that they've lifted some of their restrictions and stuff. So who knows if that's going to be coming to Celebration as well with that. So pretty much with that, everybody, I want to thank everybody. And Spencer, I just want to know if you have any last words of advice and wisdom for our first time our goers or even our veterans. What would you tell them?
I would tell them that this is going to be one of the best experiences of your life, hands down. And you might say to yourself, oh, I'm going to be one and done. Once you get the Celebration buds, you're done. Like, seriously, you can't miss one. Or you'd be like me, knowing that you have to actually leave the country after Celebration for an event, but you have to make sure that you are there for something, because you need that fix. You need that Celebration fix. It gets in your blood. It's ridiculous. But also come to events, like the Not So Virtual Cantina on Tuesday night at the Hilton Anaheim bar, or the Punta Eve Cantina on Wednesday night. And you're going to meet a lot of people. If you're going for the first time and you don't know anybody, there's nothing like also meeting people on your line to get into a panel or an autograph and just chatting. I mean, I could say at my first Celebration in Orlando at 3:00 in the morning online, and hearing people philosophize about Star Wars behind me. And it's my first day. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not the weird Star Wars guy anymore. I think I'm kind of normal. Okay, behind me, shut up. And then 2 years later, I'm one of those guys that's philosophizing with those people that I just told to shut up. You just become, it's one of us. It's an experience that you're never going to forget. But the thing is that coming to one of our events before, you're going to meet so many people that when you're walking around the floor and you're feeling lost, you bet so many more people that you can be like, hey, how are you? I saw you 2 nights ago. Oh, you sing a great song. Or, it's great to hang out with you. You mind if I tag along with you? You're going to make friends everywhere. And so I have to tell you is that the people that I met at Celebration are some of the best people I met in my entire life, and some of my best friends in the entire world. That it finally is the day of being the nerd. Our time is now.
Yep.
Like, seriously, it's like when we were in high school, it was, we were kind of like shied away from announcing it, but now everybody loves what we love, and it's fantastic. So take advantage of going to our events, going to, okay, your Funko sign. Yes, I know you made a Funko of me. Yeah, it's pretty funny. You're trying to make me laugh. I'm sorry. Cracking me up here. But the thing is that, they announced the 501st Bash today. There's plenty of other events. Go to these after events, because the thing is that Celebration is great, but the things that are off the beaten path are what make it a well-rounded event. Yep. You'll sleep on Monday. You'll sleep on your flight home. Take advantage of whatever you can physically handle, because
Wow.
Celebration offers everything to anybody. And if you want to start early, you can start early. I recommend honestly getting to the hall 2 hours before doors open, just so you can start lining up. So if it opens at 10, get there by 8. That's just my opinion. You can go earlier, but at least 2 hours is sufficient to get a decent spot in line. And you can stay up as late as you want. I mean, a lot of these events are going till midnight, and then you're up the next morning at 6 a.m. But you know something? Greg can attest to this. He just went to another con, and it was a heavy Star Wars con, and it was a great Star Wars con. I mean, a lot of the collectors go to this con in particularly, but there's nothing that's like Celebration.
No, just like I said, the people you meet, the families. I mean, that's how all of us pretty much have gotten together in these groups, and Spencer as well, and everything. So, I can attest. It's just a great time, Travis. I can't really explain to you what it's going to be like for you the first minute you walk through the door, because it's just so overwhelming. And I still get chills from like everything from the past celebrations that just comes up. So you're going to be in for a hell of a ride, man.
Yeah, talking with you, both of you, because we talked, I think last year about Celebration. Just hearing the stories from you, hear stories from other people, even just going through the Celebration Facebook group and seeing people get excited. It's like the more I see other people get excited, the more I'm starting to get excited for it myself. Because it's just, I think once you get there, your point, you're going to be surrounded by all things Star Wars, and everybody has that same fandom, that same passion. It's just going to be like you're Chewy, we're home kind of a feeling.
Yeah. Absolutely. But here's the also thing, and this is a big tip for anybody that's involved with either one of our groups or any groups out there, whether you're a first time goer or you're a Celebration veteran. I know you want all the information now. I know we waited for 3 years to get to this point, or it might have been 2 years, but honestly, everything will come in time.
Yep.
Trust in your admins and your mods from whatever the group they're in, that they're going to tell you the most up-to-date information possible. Hounding us left and right when this is going to be out, we don't know. We don't know. A lot of times, sometimes we might get a leak, 5 minutes before it goes live, but we really don't know until you know. So we're telling you as soon as we know something, we're scouring. Are we there yet? No. We're not there yet. Stop asking the question. No, but seriously, everything will happen the way it's supposed to happen. You will have the best time no matter what. Yeah. Just trust in the fact that you will find out as soon as our groups are able to find out.
Yeah. It's that's what I think he was reading my mind, because I was going to say, the biggest thing is try not to stress out about it. I know the day the panel schedule came out, I remember messaging Spencer and was like, how's your messages going right now? Because it was like back and forth, just everybody just like, hey, what's going on? What's the panels? Why did they take them back down? What's going on here? So
I have to give props to my team, because back when we did Chicago, it was me and 2 others. And now I have a team of 15, for various departments. But God bless my team, because the fact is that going from 3, which was a headache, and seeing like behind the curtain like Oz, it's like, wow, it takes a lot to make it this pretty. Yeah, it really does. So props to the Virtual Cantina family, for all they do, and props to your team for vetting, everything that comes through. And it's just like, everybody, something, we don't have to like everything about Star Wars. We don't have to like everything about Celebration. We disagree. We could disagree whether or not we like the prequels, whether we like Last Jedi, or we like, Rise of Skywalker. And I'm, I'm not afraid to say, hey, I'm a supporter of Last Jedi, but that's me. You might not like Last Jedi. It's okay. You might not like Rise. That's okay. But the fact is that it's like going to a restaurant. You're not going to like everything, but you're still going to like that restaurant at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, content is content. You kids today don't know what waiting is like. We had to wait for 16 years before anything Star Wars came out. You never have to wait again. So
yeah. So to your point.
Yeah.
It's great. Like, there's something that I'm just scrolling through the panels, and there's stuff for Star Wars tabletop gaming, stuff there for Star Wars video games, animated, the films. If you like Star Wars, if you don't like everything, to your point, Spencer, that's fine. There's going to be plenty of stuff there that you're going to love and be able to take advantage of.
Yeah. So with that, we're getting ready to wrap up here. So what I'm going to do here is, Spencer, I know you're not going to be there, unfortunately. We're all going to miss you there. But
You know where I'm
maybe,
going, right?
maybe somehow I'm gonna try to get me one of the little flat Spencers to take with me. I'm gonna try to figure out how to
You
get
know
one of
where
those.
I'm going, right? You know why I'm not going to Celebration,
Oh, I
right?
know you're going to
Yeah, you'll
Naboo.
be at the on Naboo, yeah.
I'm going to be actually literally on Naboo. My brother's getting married on the balcony where Padme and Anakin are getting married. And yes, I said I'm missing Celebration. So I am wearing a Jedi robe to his ceremony, and there's nothing he can do about it.
Now, is anybody else wearing the robe, or you're going to be one standalone Jedi?
That's fine. And I plan on, dropping off a blue kyber crystal in the name of our Lord and Savior Anakin Skywalker, while I'm there, because it's on Naboo. Oh, Mark's saying he can arrange for you to have a flat Spencer. He's the
Perfect.
He's originator of that. They
Right,
got me in our.
tell him to message me.
They got us on. They got me pretty good when we did our family vacation to Batu East last year, and had the flat Spencer. I had no idea about it, and then yeah. But yeah, so we're very excited for all you guys. I'm jealous of all you guys. I'll be watching the YouTube videos, and please make sure that you keep track of what's going on, whether it be the Midwest Star Wars Fanatics or the Virtual Cantina crew, just to see what's going on and see where people are, and just we're all here for the same reason. Whether we like certain aspects or not, we all love Star Wars, and we all have our own story, and we all have our own Star Wars story, and at the end of the day, it's all the same.
And so with that, I just want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight for our Star Wars celebration.
Our flat Spencer. Whoa!
Yeah, I did.
This is not a flat Spencer celebration, okay?
The flat Spencer show.
But I was also looking at the Fluffy Spencer comment, and it was just
no,
gave me kind of a nightmare.
That is a nightmare.
Well, thank everybody for tuning in. You can follow the Star Wars Celebration page on Facebook, also on Instagram as well. And for Spencer, you can follow Travis at the Indiana Sloan, me at the #show, and at Star Wars Nerd 574. And also, I have everybody here. Just want to announce that we will have again our Mission 22 charity auction will be coming up this August. So far, we had some great items donated. All proceeds from this auction will go to Mission 22. We also will have a limited edition beer pint glass, which will be limited to 66. And that'll be hopefully announced here pretty soon. We had to get another artist step in. So that'll be as well. And all those proceeds will go to Mission 22 as well. So if anyone's interested in donating anything for the charity auction, let me know. I raised my hand. I want to. I just want to give one more plug as well. Besides, thank you very much for plugging our group and plug our Instagram and our Twitter. I also want to plug the Virtual Cantina Network. We have our own network of podcasts up on YouTube right now, which is www.youtube.com/The Virtual Cantina Network. We got programming almost every day, different podcasts. We have close to 2,000 hours of content currently up on the page, over 1,000 subscribers, which means that we can actually go live on our YouTube for our mobiles now, which is pretty awesome. Not just on Facebook Live. So please remember www.youtube.com/The Virtual Cantina Network to become a member of the VCN. But guys, thank you once again for having me on your show. It's always a pleasure when you ask me to be here. I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, glad to have you.
Yeah, we love having you on here. Excited about all the content. Obviously, there's going to be some more announcements, hopefully some more guest announcements as well. Again, I want to thank you to our sponsor, TRG Toys and Collectibles. Make sure you check them out at trgtoys.com. And again, also, this is also made available because of the #show as well. You can follow us at the #show.com as well. So till then, be safe, everybody. Cannot wait to see you all at Celebration. And like always, may the force be with you.
This is the